crews are still battling a brush fire here in Berlin, and they have a warning for people in the area coming up.
Plus, a sticky situation in one Connecticut town. What's causing the stench and how the company behind it is responding.
Also, people across Connecticut say they are tired of high utility bills. We'll tell you what thousands of people are asking the governor to do.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock, good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for starting yours off with us, America Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. We have made it to the weekend. Now, what kind of a weekend are we going to have weather-wise? For answers, we got meteorologist Matt Scott.
Important question.
Important question indeed. So the weekend's going to look great.
Feel?
So the weekend's going to look great.
So we're doing that.
Well, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. Temperatures are right where they should be for now, and that's the way the weekend will start, but there's cooler air coming in by Sunday. It'll be first time in a while we've said cooler than normal temperatures. It's been unfathomable lately. Another warm up though in the 7-day. We'll talk about that coming up. Your satellite radar picture is clear. Temperatures dropping overnight right about to normals. Take a look. 44 degrees in Hartford is actually a little bit above where we should be. Torrington spot on. Waterbury as well. 40 is the number we're looking for. We're close on the shoreline. It's a little warmer. 49 in New Haven. Temperatures with a lot of sunshine on the way up to the let's call it the mid 60s for today, and those breezes are kicking up. So remember that as we talk about, we continue the coverage of the brush fires. This is the enemy, well, this and that, because we could use some rain as well. But the breezes are going to be a problem over the next couple of days, so be mindful of that. Coming up, we'll show you that weekend forecast and tell you when it gets cool and when it doesn't. That's all coming up in a bit. 6:02. Rachel Piscatelli is back and better than.
I have a voice.
Her voice is better than it has been. So that's a step in the right direction. Good morning.
I think so. I'll take the win, right?
There
It's a little raspy, but you know what? We'll take what we can get. 6:02 right now. Good to be back. We are looking over in Meriden this morning, New Haven and East Hartford, all looking good this morning here. So we don't have any major delays to tell you about at this hour. Fairfield County delays have not started to build in the area just yet. 91 over in Meriden looks okay. Hartford to Massachusetts is 37 minutes. New Haven to Rhode Island just over an hour. And southbound 95, New Haven to the New York State lines, 54 minutes. Tim and Erica, back to you.
What do? You live in Connecticut. You don't think about evacuating from a forest fire. The mountain was glowing. I mean, it was amazing how red it was and the flames and the smoke.
Now, there are no evacuation orders in place yet, but people near the Hawthorne fire there in Berlin and Meriden say they're ready just in case.
Yeah, it's been about 4 days now since that brush fire first started on Lamentation Mountain in Berlin. Another flare-up happened last night. It expanded the burn area again. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live in Berlin with the very latest. Lindsay, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Well, a combination of the wind and dry conditions actually led for another setback for firefighters last night. But additional setbacks, crews say, are coming from people in this area not listening to their warnings. Now, crews have said not to fly drones in this area because it hinders the operation. Anytime a drone goes up, helicopters have to come down. And overall, it wastes time for these firefighters trying to battle these flames. Now, again, that was happening yesterday. Crews are asking people not to do that so they can continue fighting these flames. Now, crews are set to give us a look inside the operation coming up this morning and explain some of the challenges that they've been facing. Progress was made yesterday, but the fire did expand late last night from the weather conditions. Our crews saw smoke pouring out from Lamentation Mountain State Park, as well as flames shooting up from the treetops. Now, neighbors are concerned, but firefighters say they're monitoring the situation and have extra protections in place. This includes sprinklers designed for wildfires and hydrants in the area. Now, officials say air support has been focused on the north and south sides of the brush fire. The flames have spread across now more than 107 acres, which is more than originally estimated. Fighting a fire of this magnitude has certainly not been cheap. Officials say with the helicopters assisting and dumping more than 52 gallons of water, the price tag is racking up to be over $100,000 a day.
Help us to recoup cost associated with the response to this event. So there's no guarantee that we'll get that, but we're going to make every effort to get that federal dollar assistance in, as this is becoming a very expensive operation.
Now, officials are asking people in this area to be smart. They say not to ATV ride in the state park, do not hike in the state park, and those are things that they've still been seeing over the last few days, despite all the warnings to stay away. Live in Berlin this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you for that report. It is 6:05 on this Friday morning, and funeral services are set for the firefighter who was killed while responding to that fire.
Robert Sharkovich Sr. was a volunteer firefighter in Weathersfield, and he also worked for the Weathersfield public school system. Weathersfield canceled classes on Monday so that staff can attend his funeral. The superintendent also expects traffic delays in the area. Visitation for Sharkovich Sr. is going to be Sunday afternoon from 2 to 7 at the Farley Sullivan Funeral Home. That's in Weathersfield. And then the funeral is scheduled for Monday morning at 11 at the Cathedral of St. Joseph in Hartford.
Well, we now know the name of the man who was killed in an industrial accident in Berlin. Police said 66-year-old David Dion died when he got trapped under a payloader. This was at a recycling facility on Tuesday. No charges have been filed, but federal safety officials are still investigating along with local police.
Tonight, there's going to be a vigil for the 7-year-old girl who died in a house fire. The fire happened last Wednesday in Norwich. Her mother and 2 other children were also in the home. However, they were able to escape and they survived. The vigil is going to be at the Norwich Senior Center on Mahon Drive. It runs from 5 to 6 this evening.
It's like a rotten, yeasty bread type of smell.
You literally think you're going mad. You think you're losing your mind.
When we heard complaints like those about a local business, we decided we needed to check it out for ourselves. We sent Fox 61's Kayla Cade to talk to neighbors of the Bright Feeds waste facility in Berlin. These are people who are just sick of the stench.
Yeah, so this morning she took one for the team. Actually, she went out there last night and headed out to check it out.
The smell is different for everyone, but to me, it smells like sour vinegar. Families who live near the facility tells me this has been going on since last September, and they are concerned with what they are breathing in. There's a smell lingering in the air near Fillaway in Berlin.
It's like a rotten, yeasty bread type of smell. It's hard to explain.
And people who live and work in the area say it's coming from a food waste processing company called Bright Feeds.
I've come out to just get my keys or something, and I forget that it's out here, and then I have to hold my breath because it's just terrible.
Sean McLaughlin is a commercial truck manager at the Tasca Ford dealership. He says when customers come to look at car options in the parking lot, they are thrown off by the smell.
They end up sometimes not even wanting to stay here very long.
It is even nauseating for his coworkers.
We had a couple of employees this morning when they got out of their car. It was pretty strong this morning, and they felt like vomiting before they even got into the building because of this smell.
McLaughlin says this has been going on for more than a year. And on top of smelling the strange odor, he's also noticed soot covering their cars. And he believes it's coming from the facility.
They say that we're not breathing stuff, but if you look at these cars, and it hasn't rained in weeks, you can see like a dust type of haze stuff on her. There's something in the air.
Homeowners like Ryan Malloy, who lives about a mile away from the building, hears a vibrating sound coming from it every day.
You literally think you're going mad. You think you're losing your mind.
The noise forces Malloy to sleep in a different bed in his home.
I'm sleeping in the spare bedroom on this side of the house because it's more insulated from Bright Feeds. If I sleep on the master bedroom, which is exposed to Bright Feeds, I get woken up time and time again. So it's kind of sad.
Malloy says he smells the horrible odor as well and just wants to know if what he's inhaling is safe.
We just want the data so that we can be comfortable that we're okay, that our health's okay.
All of these issues led to Malloy starting a petition in February.
Petition's now over 700 people. We've had some town meetings on it, but at the end of the day, we just want it fixed.
I wish somebody could help us.
In Berlin, Kayla Cade, Fox 61 Connecticut's news station.
Now, Berlin hosted a public meeting Wednesday night, and in a statement from Bright Feeds, the company said, quote, "We appreciate the town hosting the public meeting last night and giving Bright Feeds the opportunity to address residents. It was important for us to hear again from the community and answer questions directly." Now, Bright Feeds said its noise levels are below the limits that the town has set and said it's working on getting a new system in place to mitigate all the smells coming from the facility.
6:09 right now, and people across Connecticut are hoping their signatures are going to make a difference in lowering utility bills. Scott Pearson from Monroe started a petition online to get rid of the public benefits charge on electric bills. He got 68,000 signatures from people across the state. The signatures filled 1,500 sheets of paper. Pearson delivered all of those pages to Governor Ned Lamont's office yesterday.
People are really suffering. I mean, they are really suffering, and especially in the summertime where I know a person, 90 years old, it was like 95 degrees out one of that really hot summers in August that we had, and she wouldn't dare put on the air conditioner. It's putting up people over the brink. You know, they can't afford food or they can't afford gas or whatever. So that's hopefully I'm bringing this to light with Governor Lamont.
Yeah, he's hoping that the document will convince Governor Lamont that something needs to be done as soon as possible.